Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm İlham. According to the press service of President of Azerbaijan on May 3rd, Alexander Stubb, President of the Republic of Finland, made a phone call to President Ilham Aliyev. During the phone conversation, the sides exchanged views on Azerbaijan's chairmanship of COP29 and political issues in the region. The President of Finland confirmed his participation in COP29 in response to President Ilham Aliyev's invitation. President Ilham Aliyev continues to receive letters of congratulations on the occasion of 28 May, Azerbaijan's Independence Day. President of Finland, Alexander Stubb, President of Moldova, Maya Sandu, President of Ireland, Michael Higgins, Emir of State of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Mashal Al Ahmed Al Jabir Al Sabah, Chairman of the Presidential Council of the State of Libya, Mohammed Yunis Al Manfi, President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos, Governor General of Canada, Mary Simon, King of Cambodia, Norodom Sihamoni, President of Peru, Dina Ercilia Boluarte Zegara, President of Senegal, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, and Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Bahrain, Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, send their congratulations to the head of our state. 10,000 square kilometers of the lands liberated from the occupation are contaminated with mines and unexploded ordnance. The theme of the conference in Zangilan is reducing the environmental impact of mines, mobilizing resources for a safe and green future. The event aims to inform the world community about the mine problem in Azerbaijan and to strengthen international partnership in the field of humanitarian demining.
The first day of the Third International Conference on Humanitarian Demining organized in Azerbaijan is held in eastern Zengezur. More than 300 representatives from 75 countries participate in the work of the conference. Our country attaches great importance to this international event dedicated to the mine problem. This part was particularly stressed in President Ilham Aliyev's appeal to the participants of the conference.
While mine explosions pose a threat to the people's lives and put their very right to live into question, they also significantly damage the environment. Plastic waste resulting from an explosion entails environmental consequences by negatively impacting soil structure. Mines that remain unearthed for a long time can lead to hazardous chemical reactions. The soil not in use due to the threat of mines is subjected to erosion and abrasion. Therefore, it's particularly significant that today's conference is organized in the run-up to the 29th session of the Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29, which Azerbaijan will host. Azerbaijan is bearing the brunt of the 30-year-long conflict and occupation of its lands by Armenia, suffering from the mine pollution problem and stands among the most mine-polluted countries of the world. According to initial estimates, roughly 12% of the country's territory is polluted by 1.5 more million mines and unknown number of the unexploded ordnances. Since the end of the war in 2020, 365 of our citizens, mostly civilians, have fallen victim to mine explosion, resulting in 68 deaths and 293 severe injuries. Overall, since the beginning of Armenia's aggression against Azerbaijan, over 3,400 of our citizens have suffered from the mines, including 358 children and 38 women. The steady increase in the number of the mine victims is associated with the Armenians' refusal to provide accurate maps of the mines it implanted across Azerbaijan's territory and with placing booby traps along the roads, cemeteries, and other civilian facilities located behind the formal line of contact. From 2020 to 2023, new landmine zones were created, stretching up to 500 kilometers. New mines have been planted in Azerbaijan. Responsibility for that rests with Armenia. Today's event demonstrates Azerbaijan's determination to tackle the mine issue, one of the challenges of modern times. I believe that this conference will contribute to addressing the problems of mines and their consequences, including the environmental impact as well as to the exchange of the advanced experience in the area of the mine action.
10,285 square kilometers of our lands liberated from the occupation are considered contaminated with mines and unexploded munitions to some extent. The mining of territories further exacerbate the environmental situation.
The number of canals and water wells contaminated with mines and explosive remnants of those areas alone exceeds 300. As a result of our humanitarian mine clearance operations in our country, more than 138,000 hectares of land have been cleared, neutralizing total more than 190,000 explosive devices, including more than 32,000 anti-personnel mines, more than 90,000 anti-tank mines, and more than 68,000 unexploded ordnances.
The demining conference and COP29 are closely interlinked. Ivana Zhivkovic, UN Assistant Secretary General, Director of the Regional Bureau for Europe and the Commonwealth of Independent States of the United Nations Development Programme, particularly delved on this issue. The contamination of Karabakh with mines is one of the most serious problems preventing the restoration of the region and return of the residents to their homes. The mine contamination in Karabakh is one of the most serious problems preventing the restoration of the region and return of the residents to their homes. Following the end of the Second Karabakh War, large-scale reconstruction works kicked off. Millions of landmines were planted on all those territories during almost 30 years of occupation, which made those lands one of the region's most contaminated with mines. Not only did it endanger the environment in Karabakh and eastern Zangezur, but it also impacted the development of agriculture, tourism, and other sectors of economy. The first day of the international conference continued with discussions.
The next caravan of migrants from Baku to Shusha has already reached its destination. The families were handed the keys to their new apartments. At this stage, 15 families had been living temporarily in hostels, sanatoriums, camps, and finished buildings and administrative buildings in various parts of the country have been moved to Shusha. To date, 105 families or 406 individuals have been permanently settled in Shusha. A meeting was held at the Prosecutor General's office with the chairman of the Anti-Corruption Agency of Kazakhstan, Askhad Jumagali, who's an official with it to our country. The meeting discussed the development of relations between our countries in various fields, including within the framework of the Organization of Turkic States. Referring to reconstruction and construction works in Karabakh, Prosecutor General Kamran Aliyev said that the Kurmangazi Children's Art Center in the city of Fizuli, the construction of which was initiated by the Kazakh side, has been put in operation. Askhad Jumagali, chairman of the Kazakhstan's Anti-Corruption Agency, stressed the importance of exchanging experience in the fight against corruption. A memorandum of understanding on strengthening bilateral cooperation was also signed at the meeting. The guests got acquainted with the corner and exhibits of the Historical Museum of the Prosecutor General's office. The unfair and biased resolution of the House of Representatives of the Dutch Parliament against Azerbaijan is a clear example of political short-sightedness and irresponsibility. The Milli Majlis strongly condemns this step as a racist, Azerbaijanophobic, Turkophobic, and Islamophobic political action in the current situation when peace negotiations with Armenia are underway and some promising results have been achieved. Respecting the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan is one of the international obligations of the Netherlands and other states. Such actions are contrary to the interests of peace, stability, and sustainable development, not only of the South Caucasus region, but also of Europe as a whole. The Milli Majlis calls upon the House of Representatives of the Dutch Parliament, as well as the leading officials of this country, to stop illegal interference in the internal affairs of Azerbaijan and to abandon the intention to rekindle a conflict in the region that has already become history, the statement reads. You can get in touch with us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts at 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you encounter as well as share your suggestions and comments. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.